Difficulty of taking Mandarin classes in Hong Kong. Are you looking forward to polishing your Mandarin skills? Then you should think about visiting Hong Kong. Hong Kong is the home to over 7 million people. You can discover a vibrant culture here in Hong Kong as well. It can be one of the best decisions that you can take in order to improve your Mandarin skills. Before you do that, it is better if you can have a basic understanding about the difficulties that you may have to face when you are taking Mandarin classes in Hong Kong. Why should you learn Mandarin? Before taking a look at the problems that you have to face when learning Mandarin in Hong Kong, let's take a quick look at the importance of learning Mandarin as of now. Learning Mandarin is the trend of the time. However, it's never regarded as the easiest of languages to master. In fact, it's rated amongst the 3 hardest languages to master. Let's face it. The culture has evolved through 4,000 years, and the Chinese used to communicate with pictographs as their syllables. The most widely spoken language on earth despite being constrained to a handful of countries, Mandarin nowadays is considered the next English as China continues to conquer the world in every department. So manifests the importance of mastering their language, which will always be a sweet little challenge. Since a language consists of all listening, reading, writing, and speaking aspects, any program that Mandarin teaches language skills should deliver to enhance the different skills that are ideal to master all these aspects of a language. Though some say that it's enough if you can just tag a couple of words and spit out your ideas, it doesn't always work if your idea is to get to know people better and be benefited through the interactions. Trying to be fluent in a language means you happen to be considerate about the language, the people who speak it as their first language, their culture and lifestyle. Therefore, the good effort you will be taking will be noted and appreciated for sure. What are the best methods available to learn Mandarin? Whilst there are many resources, both online Mandarin and offline, to learn the language, not everything can make sure that every follower is capable of mastering basic language-related skills that are mandatory to become fluent in the language. Since every language has its own character, any specific learning kit should comprise of ways that can penetrate into the understanding of the learner who already speaks another language and wants to learn Mandarin as a secondary language. Since every learner is different and their purposes are even more diverse, any learning tool should be capable of catering to all the difference and to obtain the optimal outcome. Chinese language learning courses are therefore considerable as a good enough language tutor to do just that. But a tad more than surviving, of course, because it walks you through the situations that are likely to occur as a Mandarin speaker, from the basic polite greeting to a doorman, to deciding on what you want to eat from that famous restaurant that you had on your wish list, into the description of your symptoms to a doctor when you suddenly fall ill overeating from that restaurant. All these events, as you see, are humanly possible, no matter where you get to travel, and therefore, in the context of China, the right learning toolkit will come to your aid by educating you on each and everything that you ought to know about the language. Difficulties that you have to face when learning Mandarin in Hong Kong. The Mandarin course in Hong Kong are prepared to make sure that you don't get disoriented if you are ever to set foot to China. Most foreigners are baffled by the different tones and the complex Chinese characters and either end up ordering something that they never intend to eat, not knowing how to find their way back to the hotel, not being able to break the silence, no matter how desperate they might be, or simply battling hunger as they just don't know what to say to get what they want to be done. Following a Mandarin course is the best option available for you to overcome such struggles. However, you should also keep these difficulties in mind and proceed so that you can end up with getting the best learning experience. A lot of people in Hong Kong speak English. When you take a look at Hong Kong, you will notice how a lot of people are speaking English. In fact, the number of English-speaking people in the country are increasing along with time. This is mainly because Hong Kong is gaining attention as a centralized hub in global economy. People from all around the world visit the country for business purposes. Therefore, you will notice this as the biggest challenge that you have to face when learning Mandarin in Hong Kong. If you are a foreigner, the natives in Hong Kong would usually start practicing English at you. This might reduce your chances of using Mandarin effectively. Hence, you will be kept away from getting the best learning experience. There aren't too many resources available. At the time of following a program to learn Mandarin, you will also prefer to have access to appropriate resources, which will assist you to master the language. However, you will not be able to find too many resources for learning Mandarin while you are in Hong Kong. For example, you will not be able to find a lot of books in the reference stores. Should you visit Hong Kong for learning Mandarin? Apart from these issues, there aren't any other major struggles that you will have to face as you continue to learn Mandarin in Hong Kong. Hence, make sure that you focus on the best Mandarin learning opportunities available out there in Hong Kong and go for them.